I got you. Why did you skip that ad? Why did you skip that ad? So it's you who's skipping the ads, right? Hmm. Lungile. Anyways, hello everyone. My name is Clantus and welcome to the clan. So without further ado, let's get into this video. But before we get into the video, please smash me the like button before we can do anything else, because guys, the like button helps this channel to go fetch more honorable members of the clan. If you are new here, you are warmly welcome. I hope you came here with your two IQs that you are going to rub together and then you spark some opinions, because on this channel we comment on our opinion, we speculate. We are not experts, we are not lawyers, we're not judges, none of those stuff that 30%ers say to us. We know, but we got this and we are using it. And the sense of murder trial is in the public interest, and guess who's the public? You got it, it's us. And therefore we are going to talk about what's going on at the North Gauteng High Court. Speaking of which, let's go to the North Gauteng High Court in Judge Rata's courtroom, where, oh my God, you know, today was hot, but in there, I kept thinking, how hot is it? It must have been so hot, because my heart was palpitating. I don't know for who. Was I palpitating for Ngomezulu, who was on fire? Or it was for the poor Muhola. By the way, before I go any further, does that lady has a problem with her name? Because Mr. Ngomezulu did ask her for her name, but she preferred being called Sergeant Muhola. And I know I've been calling her a wrong name. I said Butubukai or something like that, when it's actually Batubakai. Thank you to everybody that's been correcting me on this one. But you know, hey, things do happen. Now, guys, let's... I didn't mean to laugh. This lady took the stand and she said she is an investigator in the Senzo Meyiwa murder. Jiggy, 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 when she's pushed against the corner, I'm part of the investigators. And therefore, I cannot be held accountable or reliable for any questions that you're going to ask me that may make me basically slip the tongue and say, oh, well, we cooked up this case. I mean, we already know that this case is cooked up. Yes, by no, I don't mean like we know, but I mean, it's obvious that this case is cooked up. And Mr. Ngomezulu did bring that point, but we'll get to that point where he actually tells it to her that y'all cooked this case, and as a result, there are so many discrepancies that you did not follow. Cover them to show that you did a thorough job, and therefore you can actually be called an investigator. I ask again, what are they taught at the police academy? Because everything that Sergeant Muhola said on the stand, I think it goes against the training, basic training for that matter. It was very interesting to watch, and in fact, I was not watching, I was just listening, because I do my job. At the same time, I'm also listening. And I'm like, no, this cannot be, people. This is not our police academy. This is not the product that they, after graduation, they bring to the people of South Africa. Stuff are making big sense now why our police system is the way it is today. It is messed up, guys. But anyways, I saw that Advocate Baloyi, I mean, he's like on the same WhatsApp group as me when it comes to this flu. His voice was very groggy. You could tell that the man was suffering from flu over the weekend. Man, it's kicking all of us, this flu. I hope he gets better. But Mr. Baloyi, come on, bro. You know your witnesses are a sham. You know Mukhwana is a sham. I thought you were going to be on your feet most of the time today, which I think you were somewhere there 50-50, because of the bombshells that Ngomezulu was dropping. The first bombshell that Mr. Ngomezulu dropped was about the 3 gunshots, and they each were assigned something or somebody. I was like, oh, okay. I want to say something about this, but I don't think I want to say anything, even though I knew some of this information, you know, because, you know, when we do these sort of things, we do get people coming by and say, hey, listen, that sort of thing. But but I'm not going to get there. Let's get into the first bombshell that Mr. Ngomezulu dropped at Mamukhola. And he said, I would read it. According to the evidence that I have as a defense, Senzo Mayor was shot when he was separating Longwe Twala and Zandile Khumalo when they were fighting. This is exactly what I've been saying since the day this thing started. And in 2015, I was like, you know what? I'm disinterested. Clearly, this case is not going anywhere. Senzo Mayor is not going to get the justice that he deserves. And then I kind of like Duba, I just forgot about it. But I had scenarios. I think you guys already know my scenarios. I think there are about 4 scenarios, if not 5 scenarios. But the main scenario is this one that was read out in court by Mr. Mgomezulu, that Longwe, who was looking for his girlfriend probably for a couple of days, and then somebody somewhere told him that she is with the sister and Senzo, and they've been seen here, they've been seen there, and they've been seen there. Of course, there was a party that we were going to go to in Pretoria, and then of course Senzo Mayor invited his friend Tumelo Madlala to come and join him. First, they went to play a match, and then from there they were going to go to a party of some sort. And then Longwe probably was looking for his girlfriend absolutely everywhere. And when he found out eventually that actually his girlfriend slept in, is it Alberton? She slept wherever Senzo Mewa's house is at, where Senzo's friend was also there. So probably this drove him absolutely insane. So much so that he went and fetched, guys, this is just my, things that were playing in my head back then in 2014, 2015. He knows that his father is a powerful man, and he probably knows where he keeps his weapons to defend himself or protect himself, gets the gun and goes to the Khumalo house after hearing or finding out that actually they are hanging out at the Khumalo house. He goes there. And when he gets there, remember all these, Tumelo as well as Mtogo Zisi said when Longo entered, he did not even greet. He didn't greet. So clearly he was angry because one of the guys asked who's this out who just walked in without greeting. Of course, I would also ask the same question. Why you are so rude? You don't know, if you don't even know us, and you're just entering somebody's house disrespectfully. You see people there, you don't greet. So remember that Senzo, Tumelo, Ntogo, I don't know who else went outside to catch a smoke. And then just when they were going back into the house, there was a commotion. So I'm thinking that commotion was when Zandile and Longwe were busy at each other. And this is when they left from smoking, going back into the house. That's when Senzo Mewa tried to separate. This is allegations, by the way, guys. These are still allegations. This is when Senzo Mewa tried to separate the two. And then the first gunshot that was pulled by allegedly Longwe shoots Mewa dead. And then shoots... then accidentally he shoots himself in the ankle. And then the last shot was hit on the floor, which hit Zandile, whom also said, understand that one of the bullets hit me on the leg. Ma'am, now we know that everything that you said on the stand was nothing but BS. You were lying under oath. You knew what had happened. You also lied that Senzo Mewa died at the hospital when he actually died hours in your home. Hours in your home. Not on the way. By the time he was at the hospital, he was long cold. That is why you were saying that his feet are starting, what did you say? The upper body was starting getting cold, or the feet were starting getting cold. And I was like, in biology speaking, what gets cold first? I think it's the head, then the rest of the body. But anyways, Mr. Mgomezulu continues to say, longer when he came to Kelly Khumalo's house, he was drunk. Methinks he was high. He was in possession of a 38 special revolver. Now, we have a bullet head that a certain Mr. Munganyi, whoever, which now I'm thinking that ballistic expert is a liar. and he has presented lies, and that is why he was stood down, because the defense needed to get themselves their own expert. I hope de Klerk is doing what needs to be done so that this liar of the ballistic that clearly is bought, or whatever the case is, brown envelope, I'm beginning to think that brown envelopes indeed were passed around. But did the brown envelope get all the way to Rata? But the way Rata was behaving today, you were like, bro, you gotta fight for your brown envelope, right? Allegedly. And then Mngomezulu continues to say, according to my witnesses, there were 3 shots that were fired, and there were 3 people that were injured as a result. Senzo was shot dead. Longo shot himself on the ankle, and the other shot is that one that was fired on the floor. As a result, Zandi was injured. Now, this one cannot be disputed, because I feel that the defense does have some really, really strong witnesses that are going to come. Probably one of the witnesses is going to be the doctor that actually treated Longwe for the gunshot wound on his ankle. I'm thinking like that. I'm just thinking like that. The nurse or receptionist, the people. I also, oh, never mind. Let me just not say this one, because the people that are giving me some information, I just want no. Let's leave that one. There are a couple of people that are going to be called to confirm that indeed Longo Twala had a limp, or he's still limping. And all these so-called rehabilitations that he has spent on him, I think these are plastic surgeries to cover up as much as they can on that particular wound. Maybe it broke a bone and he cannot fix the limp. We don't know. It's going to be interesting to see Longo Twala when he walks. Does he walk properly before and after? I think those distinctions need to be made. How much of a damage did that bullet cause on his ankle to see that, where did you get that injury from? So, of course, Mukhola denied knowing all of this. I still believe that she does know. But because they cooked this case, she's got to stick to the script and say, this is not it, this is a lie. And there's a point where Mr. Mngomezulu was pointing at her or pointing to her that this case is cooked. And then she was like, what? What kind of a country will that be? Like, seriously, what kind of a country y'all are building by accusing 5 men that have not committed this crime? What do you call that, Mamfundis? What do you call that? What country are you a police officer in where you have 5 men that did not kill Senzo Meyiwa, and yet they stand there and you are adamantly and vehemently saying they are the people that killed Senzo Meyiwa on the 26th of October 2014? When the truth is, and you know this truth, Mamfundi, so you know this truth that these men, they did not do that. You know why you know that they did not do that? Because you did not do a thorough investigation. You did not go to the important people. One of the important people, I feel that you should have gone and taken their statements, probably even become the state witnesses. I think they have been state witnesses, the first responders. Remember the first responders, you took no statements from them. The same first responders, they say there was never a bullet head behind glass jars. But you are saying, oh, what are we going to gain from, this is an insult. You insulted yourself. And you continue to insult yourself every time you take that stand every single day, and you are cross-examined and you lie through your teeth. You are insulting yourself, not us. We're cool. We already see right through you. We already see right through all the witnesses that have taken the stand for the state. But we see through all of y'all. All of y'all. So this thing of what kind of a country will that be? And then at the same time you're talking. At some point I thought maybe she was crying. Was she crying? There is no way that in any establishment, especially where it's a workplace, there are no brief meetings. But you are hearing things for the first time on the stand, and yet you are part of the investigating team. So when your investigating team meets, let's say, I get that you can be out of the country or out of the province or whatever the case might be, but somebody ought to brief you on what was discussed in the meeting. That is why I don't believe that you know nothing about the things that you were asked about and you denied knowing or having knowledge of those things. You knew very well. It's just that you were caught. So there was a point where I was like, oh my goodness, especially when Mr. Ngomezulu was dropping those bombshells about the 3 gunshot wounds and who it hit and what it also hit. I thought that Baloyi was going to be on his feet objecting. Or better yet, Rata would have realized that the state is not saying anything, then he comes to the state's rescue. But they were quiet, both. So meaning that intrinsically and extrinsically, they were agreeing with Mr. Ngomezulu that this is actually a fact. An investigator that doesn't know an investigator in a case that is sitting in court and you are testifying in, you know nothing. Kanti Wena, what was your role in the investigation? When you are saying you are part of this investigation team, what is your role? Talk on your role. Let's hear what your role was. From the beginning to the end, let's interrogate the things that you did in this case. But you, of course, you're going to even deny the very things that you were participating on. Like the arrests, the J50s and all that stuff, they don't make sense. The other part that really baffled me, there is a story that you hear that immediately after Senzo Mayo was shot and killed, one of the eyewitnesses called the in-laws of the Meiwa and said, Senzo has been shot by accident by the boyfriend of Zandi. You don't take a statement from him. Right. You take no statement from the Meiwas. You take no statement from Senzo Meiwa's wife herself. Because remember, she was called by Kelly Kumalo. She was called by Kelly Kumalo. They even fought at the hospital. You took no statement from Mandisa Mkize. And you are saying that this case, the 5 men that stand accused of killing Senzo Mayo are the correct people? No, ma'am. This is a cook-up. And interestingly as well, you don't go to the crime scene. You do not take statements from neighbors, possible eyewitnesses. Why don't you go to the 2 boys that were killed or that died and find out what did they know? Put it, okay, fine, it may be hearsay, but for your own interest as well as an investigator. But no, you don't do all of those things. You couldn't care, because what you cared about is smearing this case on innocent people. That's all that you cared about. So this is when Mr. Ngomezulu goes for the jugular and tells or puts it to Mkhola that the 5 men that stand accused of killing Senzo Mayo are not the right people. He further puts it to her that this case is a cook-up, that it is a cover-up. Now, I'm beginning to think as well, after hearing the name of Dr. Ivan Khoza, that when Sfiso Meyiwa was in Kempton Park and Dr. Ivan Khoza was with him going to look for a casket for Senzo's body, he allegedly told Sfiso Meyiwa, who already knew this because the brother-in-law already got a call from Tumelo Madlala about what Mr. Ivan Khoza allegedly said to Sfiso Meyiwa, that they were never intruders. There was an accident that got Senzo Meyiwa killed, and the trigger-happy person was Longo Twala. Of course, Mr. Ivan Khoza will say, I know nothing about that. I'm not surprised that that actually is the outcome, that he denied it, and he would do so to the state. Because while I do not want to be disturbed from my business, I'm running a soccer club, a successful soccer club in the country. The last thing I want is any of this disturbing the brand. So of course you're going to deny it. But I agree with Sfiso Meyiwa in that statement that Rata got so excited that it did not have the name of the commissioner. I have never seen a judge so happy and relieved to hear. Did you hear his voice got pitched up as well? He got pitched up. That's how excited he was. And oh, finally we got something that I can deny. Only to find out that he has an egg on his face because Mr. Zulu has the original. And the original does have the name of the commissioner. Yeah. You see, when you try your level best, I don't know what you're fighting for. I'm beginning to think the brown envelope as well. For the longest time, I did not believe in the brown envelope because I don't believe that a judge in this country is easily bought. Because if you are bought, that means you have to buy every single judge in South Africa, including the JSC. Because cases can go on review. They can be appealed. So all these people that that are going to review the case or appeal, you're going to have to go to them and also bribe them. That's why I don't believe in brown envelopes when it comes to judges. But this one, maybe we'll say, as in, I'm retired, screw it. I could die anyway, anytime, and the money will go to my children or whatever, to my charity. I don't know. They're rotting this country. Several times, Judge Rata tried to rescue the state as well as the witness. Some of the things that he was questioning, I could see like, oh, okay, that makes sense. Especially with the statement where he actually pointed out 3 times with excitement that this is triple hearsay. And yet, Mr. Mgomezulu explained to him what was his interest in that statement. So Mr. Mgomezulu continued to cross-examine Ms. Mukhola about Makimbi as well as Marco Buthelezi. Makimbi, now we know he passed on. Buthelezi, where is he? And Mukhola knew that. And she admitted knowing that. And the question was, as an investigating officer who is interested in justice, why at least Marco is not one of the accused? Oh, better yet, you've known about Kelly Khumalo being the mastermind, which I still don't believe in that she is the responsible or commissioned the killing of Senzo Meyiwa. Why she's not accused number 6? So all that Ms. Mukhola could say in her response, I wasn't there. This is not my statement. I did not write this statement. I'm not aware. I have no knowledge of that. Kanti, what is your point on being on that stand, ma'am? What was your involvement in the investigations? That's all I want to know. Can somebody ask that question? And secondly, I felt that Mr. Mgomezulu did leave out a very important aspect of his question that he parked when he remembered something about the legality of obtaining the drugs from Muse's house, as well as his, I think his arrest as well. No, the obtaining of Muse's cell phone, that it was obtained illegally. Mr. Mgomezulu did not finish that question and puts it to Ms. Mukhola that the taking out the confiscation of Muse's cell phone was done illegally. So basically, that is in a nutshell for me what I picked up in today's session. I know there are a lot of other explosive stuff that took place. Even Ramusipili himself, when he took to the floor to cross-examine Ms. Mukhola, I was like, yes, sir. You are asking some nice bombshells that you are dropping at her. That is something for her to ponder overnight. I don't think they're going to sleep. None of them are going to sleep, including the judge. They're all going to be in this war room and preparing for tomorrow for Ramusipili, who's already dropping bombshells. But other than that, the matter was postponed until tomorrow, asked by Mr. Ramusipili, because he just wants to consult with his client. That is accused number 2, Bongani Ntanzi. Well, guys, let me continue to go and fix myself from this flu that I see Mr. Baloy has as well. Guys, if you like the video, give it a like. If you like the video, give it a like. Anyways, do subscribe to my YouTube channel. And don't forget to click the bell notification so that you get notified every time I upload a new video. Please watch the ads, I beg. Thank you so much to everybody that's super thanking the channel and supporting it financially. I highly appreciate you guys so very much. Please leave me a comment down below and let me know what was your highlight of today's proceedings. I know I missed a lot of things, but these are the ones that I really wanted to focus on, about the 3 gunshots, especially and the interviewing of crucial people, if this indeed was not a cooked up case. Those are the two things I feel like they were important to me, as well as why Miss Batubakai, no. And why would Miss Batubakai have a problem with her name? Mapa Bantuvan. Anyways, please share this video far and wide. I'll see you next time with a new video. Goodbye.